Money. I'm so excited for today's show. We have Margaret / Texas Gal Treasures with us. Huge honor. Show. We have Mark.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for it to come up so I could mute it.
Well, guys, if you see the format is different. So that is thanks to Flav. Google Hangouts went away on August 1st. And Christina and I literally went live on August 1st, still using Google Hangouts, because that's how long I clung to it. I'm like, I don't know what to do if I don't do Google Hangouts. So Flav kindly showed me StreamYard. So let us know how it looks and if you guys can hear us and if we're doing it right. But it seems good on our end.
Yeah, looks good.
So, all right, well, let's go around and just introduce ourselves and say a little bit about about how our week is. I know so much has been going on in all of our lives. I guess I'll go real quick just to say I am in a hotel, so hopefully that's why the lighting's all weird and it's a different background. Hopefully the internet stays okay, but so far so good. I am down in Alabama picking up my husband from a National Guard training that he's been at for the past 5 weeks. So it's exciting to see him again. And my stepson came with me, so they both went out so that they wouldn't be here for the show. So I'll see them again in an hour. But we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna take a big road trip, go down to Florida, and then we're gonna make our way back up to Virginia and stop at all different places. So it'll be fun. And Yong's in the chat. Hey, Yang. And Amy, Amber, oh my gosh, all the good people. Josh, Teresa, Angie. Thank you, guys. All right, Christina.
Hey, everyone. I'm Christina Sisson from the Merch Money Show. And had an awesome week. Just finally got my spots filled up early last week to be qualified to tier up to 10,000, and ended up tiering up to tier 10,000 on Friday. So
exciting! Congratulations!
Thanks. Exciting. So I was like hoping to get there before fourth quarter, and it happened. So now I'm back in the upload phase. So
nice.
Yeah. So exciting
for you.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Well, Margaret, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I've never been on. This is awesome. Yeah, Margaret. I have a channel called Texas Gal Treasures, and I still do some merch videos, but I do a lot of reselling type things as well. And I don't know, what have we been doing? We're getting ready I homeschool, so it's all kids and everything all the time. So.
Well, before the show, I was telling Margaret how she was like the superstar person to me. Like when I was doing FBA, she was in the green room with me, and I was like, "Oh, who's that?" And like she just seemed so like she knew so much, and I looked up to her. And then she did merch, and I was learning from all her videos. And when I finally decided to start Merch Money, I made this whole list of like every person that I felt like was doing well in merch, and she was on the list, but she was too much of a superstar. Like
no.
I didn't reach out to her right away to see if she wanted to be on the show. I'm like, oh, she'll probably say
no. Not even.
So we're very happy to have you on today.
Glad to be on. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, somebody's saying, Christina, you look like you have quite the tan.
I know. It's just from mowing. So I wish I could say that I've been sitting on the beach somewhere, but no, I've been mowing 5 acres every few days, it seems like. So yeah.
Yeah. Somebody, who was it? Amber posted about like how some kind of meme about like when you can't get a tan at all, like you just catch fire, and that's me. I've been outside the whole summer, like literally the whole summer, and it's partly the light, but I'm pretty much exactly the same white color.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But anyway, Susan's saying never met Margaret, but love her fellow Texan. Lots of good Texas people. I think the merch conference next year is going to be in Texas, so that's exciting.
Who's hosting that one?
It's the one that Chris Green did in Seattle. They're
Oh.
going to do it in Texas instead of Seattle.
Really?
There's a merch, like what do you call it? Like a place
Distribution.
thank you.
Yeah.
What is it called? Distribution center in Texas. So they want to set up a tour and like
Oh, cool.
have it be there. So it'll be in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's going to be in the spring. I don't think they've set exactly a date yet, as far as I know, but I definitely want to go to that. Amber's, yep, that was the one. You were the one who posted that. All right, guys, I'm gonna try. There we go, guys. We can show comments.
Oh,
I learned how to make designs using PicMonkey, binge watching Texas Gal Treasures. Me too. Reseller Spotlight. Except that oh God, I was terrible with PicMonkey. I tried. I think I did one design.
This was back when PicMonkey was free.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let's find all the free ways to do this, people. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know how to make it go away now.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just had to click it twice.
That is so cool.
But this is so fun. So thank you so much, Flav. First of all, Flav has taught me most of the stuff I know. I wasn't doing a podcast. Do you have a podcast, Margaret?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, Flav, if he finds out about that, he'll tell you about Anchor, which is what I did for the podcast. It's so easy, and it makes it so that all the YouTube videos can just, like, a couple minutes later, just go right onto a podcast.
Oh, fascinating.
And yeah, I'll have to show you. It's very easy. It's free to use, and a lot of people like podcasts. I didn't realize like how big podcasts are. Like, it seems like we get a whole different group of people from podcasts. So thank you, Flav. So, all right, guys. So we were going to talk all about merch. We want to talk a little bit about KDP also, because Margaret just started with KDP. I just started with KDP. Christina's been doing it a little before, but Christina and I are both in the KDP challenge with Matt and RJ and all of them. So it's exciting learning all of that.
Yeah.
So what's your experience so far with KDP, Margaret?
Really?
You don't have to say. I mean, literally, I have 4 books up right now.
I'm so grateful for Joe Play. Lets me curse him out whenever I get frustrated and like, what is this, Emma? It's like I make the thing and then the cover's not right, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's a huge learning curve. But I just have to keep telling myself, this is good for you. This is good for you to learn new things.
I think it's one of those things, like, because so many people have really, like, just latched onto KDP and they love it, like, even more than merch now. And for me, it's like I'm in the same boat where I'm like, when is it going to hit me that I love KDP? Because right now I hate it.
It's like if
I'm sure, like, eventually
in the book, it's like, sorry, you need a new cover now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I must be, unless there's something I'm doing wrong, because it's just like, if I go from 100.
For me, it's just like I think people like that it's more creative. So you have to have the interior, you have to have the exterior. There's so many facets of it. But to me, that's just overwhelming. Where I'm like, I just want to put up a shirt.
Done, right?
So it's one of those things where eventually it'll be fun because you can be more creative with it. But right now I'm hitting the wall of like, it's too much, and it just takes so long to upload. So guys, if you're watching and if you're in that boat, it's not just you. That's how I feel. It was so bad. Like, I've been pretty good with not procrastinating, but this week, oh my God, trying to like make myself do KDP, I'm like, oh, I think I need to clean the refrigerator. It was so bad. Like, anything I could think of to not have to do KDP.
Yeah, I had to take a break. From it. But I did finally get a couple up, and then I just said, okay. I mean, the cover part's not the hard part, but it's just making sure the pages and all that is formatted correctly. Like, I can get the rest of it done, but
Okay, so at least I'm not the only one. But guys, I'm doing the challenge. I'm determined to force myself to put some books up, because I think once you get over that initial, like, I don't want to do this, eventually when you start seeing results and you start, like, I'm sure it becomes fun after a while. I can tell from everybody else they love it. So
Maybe once I have a sale.
so we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to give it my best shot over these 21 days. And then there's no promises after that. We'll just see how it goes.
That's fair.
I can see
so far merch.
why a lot of people have. Oh, good.
Oh, I was just going to say, so far merch hasn't become boring for me yet. I think that's what happens to most people. They just get bored with merch. So it's like you need to do something else. And so far that hasn't happened to me yet. So we'll see.
Yeah,
whenever that happens, then maybe I'll do more KDP.
Yeah. What tier are you on with merch?
I'm at 8K, and I think it should be like, I try to calculate like how much I normally get sales per day. It should be right like sometime in September that I tier up to 10K, hopefully.
How do they figure that? Like, do you have to have so many live, or I should know this, but I don't.
I mean, I think it's a little bit more involved, because some people end up getting tiered up early, some get late. It's generally, you want to get the amount of sales of your current tier. So I need 8,000 sales because I'm on the 8,000 tier, and then you have to have at least 80% of your slots filled with design.
So I have to have at least 8,000.
8,000 sales, yeah.
Oh, I gotta get on that.
Yeah, so my initial goal forever has been to get to 10K tier. So I'm happy that I'm getting close, like almost there. Yeah. And my plan had been that once I get to the 10K tier, then I'll start doing all these other things. So start doing KDP, start, focusing on Etsy and lots of other things. So we'll see how it goes. I'm dipping my toe into the KDP thing right now. We'll just see. But I'm getting so excited about merch that I just can't, like, I had thought, like, okay, I get to 10K, I'm going to take a break from merch and do other stuff. But I can't imagine taking a break from merch. I'm like, there's so many new products, so many new things. So tell us how you feel about merch right now. Well, like, because you've been there, you've seen the beginning days, and you see all the way up to today. Like, when do you think you used to be more excited about merch than you are now, or are you starting to feel more excited now?
Well, I was definitely, especially when we were doing merch talk every week, I was pretty excited and motivated. When my kids were still I homeschool. So when my kids were still in public school, I was able to upload 80 shirts a day. This is before the beta where you could upload like 80 shirts in 20 seconds, but it would take me all day.
Right.
It was like while my kids were in school to get all these 80 shirts up. And now I'm like, oh, I can get 800 shirts up a day? Sure, right? Easy. But yeah, no, I love it. Because this last year, we moved, we started it's been a bit of a year and a half. I started homeschooling. Sorry, clicking noise. Anyway, and I haven't been able to put that much into it, but it's been nice to just, my sales haven't been as great as they are when I'm listing constantly, but it's been nice that I still have some income,
Yeah, that's what's so nice about merch and KDP and any print-on-demand type thing, is that even if you take a break, it's still selling in the background and you're not running out of inventory. So.
Yeah, because even, during the move, like I couldn't even keep up. I had to put my eBay and my Etsy on hold, and so the only thing I was getting, my reselling Etsy, my printful on Etsy, I was still going, and my merch and my printful stuff was still going, but that's it. You're hearing the clicking noises too, Susan? Me too.
Yeah, same here. I don't know what it is.
Ian, oh, here we go. I can show this comment. Ian says, Margaret, the public is demanding a merch talk reboot.
I'm happy to. I love my guys. I miss my guys.
I know.
Today, it was me and Joe and Jeff sat and just merch talked to that.
I love that show. So, guys, I think Nick was Joe in the comments. I don't know, but you guys definitely should do it again. And Chris, I've never talked to Chris either. We gotta get Chris on the show at some point too.
Yeah, that was just fun. Like once a week, getting. I don't know, even before the show and after the show, just sitting there and talking to them about stuff that didn't go on the air.
Isn't it so nice? I love talking to other people in e-commerce in general, but especially in print on demand. It's so fun.
Yeah. Nick's in. Yay. Okay.
Yay, Nick. I almost got to meet Nick. It was close. We had a meetup in Atlanta, and then he had a family emergency. He couldn't make it, but
someday.
Nick is awesome.
I haven't met Nick in real life either.
I did do. Nick was on the show, so we have talked to him in person. Lance was at the meetup. So that was awesome to get to meet Lance. So,
yeah, I was talking to Joe earlier today, so I'll have to say, okay, you want to do this? I think it's just hard, and I think Jeff, because we all started kind of going in different directions too.
Yes.
You know, and with homeschooling, oh my gosh,
it's hard with a big group, because that kind of happened with us too, where we had 5 people on Merch Money, but then everybody starts. I mean, it's so hard. We're all doing our own thing and our own businesses, so they kind of went on their own ways. But we do reunion shows sometimes, so we could do a reunion show for Merch Talk.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Young, did you meet them too?
He has this ongoing joke where he says he's going to every meetup, and then he never does. Look at her. You got the eyebrow. She lifted her eyebrow up at that.
Yeah. I have met Young multiple times in real life. So
I don't know why I never made it to those green room meetups. I should have. I made it to the one in New Jersey. They had like a Christmas party in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That one was really fun. But I didn't make it to the Texas ones.
Because he and Glenn hosted a thing in Denver. Do y'all still do that? We were, my mom and I went out to Denver, and then we anyway, sorry, I won't tell stories, Young.
Everybody has young stories.
We'll just say that Paul's legal.
Hi, Laura. Laura is so awesome. She always watches live. So, and I know I missed so many other comments. Thank you guys all for your comments. Somebody was about to tier up to 20K. Who was that? Melissa? Was it Melissa?
Yeah, I think so.
Great job, Melissa. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. I can't see what he put. It just looks like a square for me.
Oh, it's like an emoji face. It's kind of, I don't know if it was a smiley face or just like a straight line face.
I'm not Helen.
But anyway, all right, guys. So what do we want to talk about today? What should be our focus? We're doing KDP. We know that. So struggling along on the KDP ride. But Merch, you just tiered up, so you're probably uploading. What is your focus right now, Margaret, with Merch? Like, are you uploading to everything, or what is your focus?
Pretty much. I haven't been doing as many hoodies or pop sockets because when I'm trying to use my time wisely with what little time I have with not working with my kids. So I just try to get the beta uploader, whatever. So I just do that, and then I was really trying to get filled up before Q4.
Yes, me too.
Almost there. So just trying to make sure I've got as much stuff up as possible. I already sold like a Halloween shirt like last month. So it's time. And then with the KDP, I'm really excited as far as my kids, because I think it's going to be a great outlet for them. Because when we homeschool, they do a lot of projects where they write stories, or they have to write nonfiction stuff about like some animal or whatever, especially when we can't find, like my kid would be interested in this random, like say blobfish or whatever, and we can't find like a book about a blobfish. I'm like, write a blobfish book, we'll put it up,
Oh, that's exciting. That's amazing.
Because then
oh my gosh, I never would have thought of that.
No, so then it could be on Kindle, it could be print. And
so your kids are already authors?
Not yet.
That's amazing. How exciting is that for a kid to be like, wow, there's not a book out there about this subject, so I'm going to write one? Like, that's amazing. Yeah.
And it'll be geared towards kids, and that's my hope for them in the fall. Oh, and I just signed them up too. I'm excited about this. This is a little bit off topic, but not exactly. There's a thing called Startup Kids, and they have it around. It's not just in Austin, but there's a few other cities that have it. And it's like you go in, and it's an hour a week, and there are people there that help kids like with their projects and entrepreneurial skills, and taking a project idea from start to like finish to like create a new business. And So I'm really excited for them for that this year.
That is amazing. What a good start to have, like.
Yeah. And here, and this, I can't remember how I was like, I was like, my kids know more about trademark and copyright stuff than most adults.
That is great. Well, we just got this question from Susan. She wants to know if you have any marketing keywords or AMS tips.
I have never done AMS.
You've never done AMS? Okay, sorry, Christina, this is going right in your face.
It's okay. I don't mind. I'll just look over it.
Keep over the.
Yeah.
We gotta like figure out a way to coordinate the screen a little better.
Marketing keywords, though.
But yeah, this is
so long since because I don't do a lot of marketing on my stuff. It's just organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't do AMS, and then Christina, are you still doing AMS with Merge Amigo, or are you kind of slowing down with that, or what are your thoughts?
I think she froze.
Uh-oh. Did I do something?
She got stuck behind the wall.
She got stuck behind the wall and can't come back.
Oh no.
Well, I'm doing AMS, and so far I really like it. So
yeah.
You have to be careful not to spend too much. So I put all my ads in what's called a portfolio, and I just set a max per month on the portfolio. And so I've hit the max, and then I just stop, and then I don't overspend.
That's a good idea.
You're back, Christina?
I am. I hope it doesn't look like it's storming, but it's really dark. So yeah. I hope I don't lose my connection.
Where are you? Send it here.
No, I'm in Waldo, Ohio. So
okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we need it. Yeah.
They were asking about AMS ads, Christina. Do you have any tips for AMS ads?
So, my biggest tip, I think, is something that we learned at the Midwest Ecom conference, is that the best time to run an ad is like right after you upload a new product or upload a new shirt. They said that the Amazon system is like really learning in those first 30 days. As far as what's relevant, what products are, popular and things like that. So it sounds like if you, have a shirt that you really think is going to do well or could do well, if you can run an ad on it, like immediately, that seems to be working. I've been trying it since the Midwest Ecom conference, and my sales are definitely increasing. So
yeah. It really helps, and then it also gives you feedback. So if it's not converting for some reason, then you got to go back and be like, well, is it the design? Is it the keywords? Because it should convert. It's getting put in front of the right people. So if it's not, then it kind of gives you early feedback. Like there's probably something that is not quite right with this design.
Exactly. Plus you get that feedback in the report when you run one as to what searches people are doing that make your design pop up. So then you can kind of go back and refine those keywords, maybe add more of that. And the budget that I set is really low. So like a lot of times I'm doing like a 30-cent or 20 cent cost per click. I'm doing the auto thing for like the first, I don't know, however long. I've never done a manual one yet, but eventually I'll get to that. But I set like a max daily spend of like $2 or something like that. And it doesn't cost, it doesn't seem to cost me very much. So it's relatively like low cost so far. So
yeah. And we'll put Lance's comment. Sorry, Christina, one more time behind the wall. Lance got sucked into AMS and forgot about them, and needless to say, overspent. That has happened to me before too, because I would just completely forget about ads. And so that's the one thing that I love about, well, there's a lot of things I love about it, but one of the things I love about Merch Amigo is they have that analytics thing. So right away, every day, right on your merch page, like you don't even have to go to AMS, right on merch page, you can see your best performing and worst performing ads. So you can catch it much more quickly if something's wrong.
Yes, that is amazing.
The portfolio thing is really helpful. If you want to make sure you don't spend more than whatever, it could be $100 a month, $500 a month, whatever your thing is, $50 a month, whatever you want, you just set that max for a portfolio. And then that, like, there might be one ad that just hits really well and spends $50 just on that one ad. And then none of the other ads will get shown. Like, it just kind of gets canceled at that point once you hit your max. It doesn't get canceled, but it gets paused. Like, it won't spend any more money. So it really is helpful because you don't really, like, with the daily limits, it helps. But if you have a lot of ads running at the same time, there's the potential that you'll end up spending more than you really wanted to. So I like having that backup in case, in case I forget to look at ads for a while. It's like at least I know it won't spend over a certain amount.
Yeah.
So, Nick accidentally blew $100 on Area 51 in a day. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes that's good because sometimes you end up selling a ton of shirts, and then sometimes you don't sell a ton of shirts, and then that's good feedback. Like, okay, all these people saw it and clicked on it. What happened?
Yeah.
So I really like that because and it also gives feedback. Like, some of my designs, especially the pop sockets, they sell really well when they show as an ad on someone else's product, like not necessarily based on my keywords, but just like shown with other similar products. So I found that interesting. Like, you can see with different products where it does well. Does it do well if it's shown with somebody else's product, or does it do well? There's like 4 different categories. So
can you create the portfolio? Is that within AMS, or is this through the Amigo?
It's within AMS.
Oh, okay.
Separate from Amigo. Yep, it's fairly new. It wasn't. I feel like it's been less than a year. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but fairly new. And you can set up portfolios based on something. So in the beginning, I set it up based on like a holiday. Like, I had a Christmas portfolio and I had this and that. I kind of got rid of that, and I just have an active portfolio, and that's it. And then that way, if I don't want to do an ad, I just pause the ad and then remove it from that portfolio. So at all times, like, my active portfolio are the active ads running. And then that whole active portfolio, I have a max budget for the month.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
How to do that.
Yeah. It really helps because, especially at Christmas time or whenever there starts to be more traffic, you might get a lot more clicks than you're used to, and it could throw your budget off. So
yeah, I was just thinking, I wonder if I should try to do ads in the 4th quarter. If I don't do it right, though, I should practice first.
It's really nice to practice right now because, first of all, it's a little bit less. Well, quite a bit less, probably, depending on the niche. But most niches, it's a lot less than 4th quarter. So it's good practice, and you're not going to spend as much. And it also will start to build momentum for your shirts so that you'll start to get better BSRs. And then by the time it's 4th quarter, they'll show up more and possibly have a review between now and then.
So do you think that you would, like, for me, would you do shirts that are already selling well, or ones that are new, like you were saying, just newly listed ones?
Christina, you want to give your answer first, and then I know mine.
Sure. Yeah. So on mine, I do the newly listed, and then I have tested some on if it's a niche that's pretty saturated. That I'm trying to get into, then I'll run an ad on that. But a lot of mine, I get a lot of organic traffic on those. I haven't been running any ads. But if it's, like I said, if it's a really saturated niche and I'm up against, thousands of other people in that niche, especially for like holiday shirts and things like that, then I have been trying out ads on those.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's different trains of thought. Like Christina said, it was helpful to go to Midwest Ecom and get all of their perspectives. We have to take it with a grain of salt because most of the people there were talking about Seller Central, and merch is a little bit different. So I've been trying to get really talk a lot more with Seller Central people to really brainstorm and figure out exactly what the differences are for KDP ads and for merch ads and for Seller Central. Like, what are the differences? So far, it seems very similar. Like, I haven't found a ton of differences, but Amazon learns. So throughout the time you have an ad, it keeps learning and learning the whole time you're running the ad. So in my experience, it seems like they keep getting better. Like your ad cost goes down over time because they start to realize like, okay, these are the people that buy it when they click on it. These are where we should start showing more. Like the one I was talking about, like it converts the best when it's on a listing. Like, I don't know, I guess it's just visual. Like whatever listings they're showing it on, it converts really well on those. So it kind of keeps learning. So basically, I think both would work. Like if you already know the shirt's selling, it can't hurt anything. Like obviously the design's good, keywords are good. So it's just gonna make sure it shows up on the first page instead of getting pushed to like whatever page. So I think that would be good. But also for your brand new stuff, it doesn't hurt to get an ad up there and get it going because it'll just give you feedback. Like if it's not, if it's not working and you're spending too much, then you can kind of go back and be like, let me see if I can rearrange these keywords, or let me see if maybe I need to try it in a different color or whatever it is. Like you can kind of get that feedback.
Like if you did something where you were, I always forget the word, sorry. Yeah, like a scale design, right? So like picking one of them and just making sure that your brand name, they're all under that brand name. So if that one gets converted, like, oh, let me see what else this person has under that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then you don't have to pay ads for any of the other ones. You can just somewhere in your listing say to click on the brand to see the other products. So yeah, absolutely. What?
We're allowed to do that? I'm always
I think so. I mean, I don't have a lot of scale designs, but I had for a while I was thinking about doing a Shopify and Etsy store about like engagement shirts. And I had all those listings I created said to click on the brand name for other.
Oh, okay.
Especially because a lot of them were together. So it'd be like the husband and the wife would have a matching shirt. So I would say click on the brand name to find the matching shirt.
This is why they need, they need to have more kid-size shirts, right?
Yeah.
More specific, like Printful does. Because then if I do like mom, dad, kid, you know, like themed shirts.
Yeah.
Come on, Amazon.
Do you have Merch Wizard, or have you ever tried Merch Wizard?
No.
That's one thing I like about Merch Wizard is that he has this thing where you can click. So you would click, let's say you had a mom, dad, and kids shirt. You would select, like you would check off each 3 of those and then say generate store. And it gives a link that has all those 3 together. So if you were like posting it on social media, or you're posting it somewhere, or you're doing a pin on Pinterest, anytime someone clicks on that link, they'll see all 3 together. It's really nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier, Margaret, that you've been kind of just focusing on everything except for like hoodie and pop socket. And I assume that's because you got to size those and all that stuff. And it, you know, just takes up extra time. But with Merch Wizard, there's actually a really cool thing. So when you're in your multi-uploader, you just click this button and it lets you literally download from your shirt size PNG. It lets you download that into a hoodie size immediately from that page and then re-upload it right into the multi-uploader. And you can do the same with pop sockets. So it basically sizes it. You just, you know, figure out where you want the pop socket to be on your design. You select a background color, you click download, and boom. So I used to be the same way. I used to not do much with hoodies or pop sockets until they came out with that. And now I'm like all the time. It's just a couple extra clicks.
Christina hit so many pop sockets that took off. So she actually has, she just posted, what was it, a couple days ago? Her pop socket sales have outnumbered her standard t-shirt sales, which is amazing. I've never heard, like, that's pretty
cool.
No,
that's wild. Yeah, I sell them here and there.
Yeah, mine are 47% of my sales are pop sockets. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. I gotta find out about this Merch Wizard. I don't.
We can get Rick to talk to you. He's been on our show a couple times. I got lucky that somehow I got like found out about it right in the beginning, so I got to help sort of make videos about it and learn about it right from the beginning and get to know Rick. And that was like I am so happy we have people in the merch community that have minds like that, because I'm just like,
Oh my God.
not like that. And the tools that have been created around merch, like there's so many helpful ones now that there's no way I would have been able to come up with that tool myself.
No. I mean, we are a merch art. Wait, make merch art household. I make a lot of my stuff with Make Merch, and kids make shirts and stuff with Make Merch as well. So that's
Nice.
Yeah. So sometimes when we have like, because I mentioned I homeschool, like, I don't have anything planned for art this week. Like, you know what, guys, just go turn on Make Merch, go make some designs, and we'll go upload them onto onto merch. So, and then if they make the money, if a shirt sells or something sells, then they get the profits from it. So.
Gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, BJ DeLong has an interesting point. He's saying he's not a fan of ads lately because in certain cases, competition who's also running ads go in incognito mode and run up your clicks.
Oh, that's terrible.
That could happen.
I think if people, I don't understand things like that, because I'm like, if people spent as much time just like doing like the work and legit things, they would have so much more success than trying to like sabotage other people. That's just horrible.
It's so funny, Christina, because I was just talking about my sister about that this past weekend, and she was like, "You just can't put yourself," and like she's like, "Margaret, you can't even try to like say like, why would they do something like that?" That's, it's like there's just people like that out there,
It's so like hard for me to even imagine, because like I always see the good in people, and I'm like, wait, there are some people that they really just don't have that much good in them, and it's like, to me, I'm like, is that really true? Like,
there really are.
There really are people like that. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're on YouTube now. You must get comments.
Oh, gosh. But anyway, Amber's saying she's seen that happen. AMS has not been something I love. So it's a lot of people have not liked it. So it's definitely not something you have to have. I mean, I didn't do very much with it until this year, really. And I don't know. I'm not sure. That's interesting about the competition clicking on it. I don't know if that's been happening to me or not. I'm not sure. But all I do is if I see an ad that's not converting, I just turn it off. There have been some where it's just like one click, one sale, and it's like amazing. So it's like a 0.05% ACOS or something, like something amazing. And I'm like, okay, that was worth it. I did one on a hoodie like that where it was like one click, one sale. It was like 10 cents or something. And I'm like, there we go, got a hoodie sale. But then I've had some where it's definitely a lot higher than that. I was saying on one, I had one that got to 100% before I noticed it. And I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that bad. But anyway, I canceled that one. But most of them somewhere, I don't know, like if I am doing a lot of new ads, it goes up a little higher, like 22, 25, something like that. But then once I start cutting off the ones that aren't working, it goes down to like 15% or something like that it costs. So it just depends on how many new ones you have running and how much testing you're doing. Usually if it's over 20% ACOS, you want to kind of, most of the time, want to cut it off after a while. But it just depends. I mean, there was one where it was like 25% or something, but it was so many people were clicking on it. It was generating so many sales. And I'm like, oh, well, it'll just be a little bit higher ACOS. I don't really care. It's making so many sales. Like it'll be, I'll cancel it at some point, but just let it run for a little while.
Yeah.
So
Margaret, okay, so you do so many different things. Which would you say is kind of like is there one that's kind of a primary business for you? Or like what percentage of your overall would you say merch is? Is it, like just 10% of what you do overall, or I don't know.
Well, as far as time or as far as income?
Both, actually.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to look at the difference.
As far as time, I guess I go in spurts where I'll focus like a whole week and I'll set aside everything as far as eBay and jewelry and Etsy and everything. And I'll just dive in for a week and just be, I don't know, I mean, that's the cool thing about having so many different things going, is that I can just focus really. I'm not good at juggling and stuff, so I can really just dive in and focus for a week on that. But then I start feeling bad, like, oh, I got to get back on my reselling and get pictures up and get this stuff moving. And but I would say, you know, back when I was doing Merch Talk, it was way more. It was more like 75% merch, you know, 25% eBay reselling stuff. But now it's a little more with the reselling. But not, I mean, I wouldn't say 50-50, probably 65-35, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. But then it varies. So because I do, I'm like, oh, I need to get the rest of my spots filled up before fourth quarter. So I might need to dive in for another week. It's hard. I mean, we took, this summer, we took about a month and a half off from school. So, and I feel bad because I just dove right in, and the kids got to, you know, play. And now today was our first day where I'm like, we're getting back on our normal schedule. And it was hard because I've been so used to just like work. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to come back after summer break.
Yeah.
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 Well, exciting. It's nice to have so many opportunities. It's like you don't have to limit yourself to just merch. You can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, definitely.
So you're getting all kinds of eBay questions too. So what's good to thrift? Let's show that.
What's good to thrift? All the stuff.
All the stuff,
All the
right?
stuff.
Everything.
I guess it
Everything.
depends. Like I do a lot of jewelry, but I've been going back into other stuff too. So
Margaret, have you ever done jewelry drawers?
jars or drawers? Jars.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, jars.
Jars.
I was like,
I was gonna say, I'm like, maybe there are drawers of jewelry.
or we're talking about underwear drawers, like yeah.
Jewelry mixed in.
Yeah, like unboxing. Oh yeah, I've done a million like jewelry jar videos or selling them. I've done both. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
I'm like, you're the queen of jewelry.
jars?
Like you go to the thrift store and there'll be like just this jar, or sometimes it's just a bag full of like random jewelry, and you just get, it's like a treasure hunt. You go take it home and you open it and you dig through it and you see what's all in there.
Okay.
Margaret one time had her picture up at in California, was it? Somewhere at a thrift store. They were like advertising her channel at the jewelry counter. They're like, oh, buy these jars and watch Margaret's channel.
Yeah. And people were like,
God.
you need to tell them you need residual income from that. I was like, no. Because I'm like, if I complain, they'll just take my picture down and slap up somebody else's picture. You know?
Maybe, I mean, you never know. People might have found your channel through that. You know,
Yeah. I don't.
it's possible.
I just thought it was funny. Somebody else messaged me after that. I was like, oh my gosh, I saw it at my Goodwill too. So
it's such a small world. It's like,
yeah.
It's crazy how much the thrift stores are paying attention to all of the YouTubers and online and everything. Like a lot of the thrift stores have gotten better with doing eBay themselves.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, you know.
There's so many though, and there's so many thrift stores that don't.
Oh yeah. And garage sales are my favorite. So
yeah.
I mean, as much as the driving around, it wasn't as bad as in Houston because there were, I don't know, more condensed. In Austin, I'm driving around a lot more, but I still prefer because I can get such great deals at garage sales.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever wear any of your merch shirts around at any of them and see? Yeah. So do you get sales from that?
No, nobody knows me. No, nobody's like, what's merch talk? Yeah, I wear my merch because I wear dresses and skirts most of the time, but when I go out garage selling, I'll wear like yoga pants and my merch talk shirt. And no. I wear it.
Christina made these awesome business cards for both of us, and I've been carrying those around with me. And anytime people ask me about my shirt or whatever, I give them one of the cards and start talking to them. And Uber drivers, I mean, there's so many people that I've handed out this business card. I'm sure we got some random new people.
Yay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
that's great. I'm looking at
is that Flob your side business? Yeah, that's Flob. I was telling everybody at the beginning that thank you for helping us with StreamYard. This is so fun. This works really well.
I'm going to have to mention this.
And he said 33K subs. Wow. Yeah, she's been amazing. And you didn't start that long ago, right? Well, I guess the years go so fast. How long have you been doing YouTube? 3 years?
Maybe more than that. How long? I don't know.
Well, you don't have to say. I mean, it feels like it just started. Like I definitely remember you starting the channel. So
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been sometime after 2014.
My kids, my oldest had started kindergarten. I know that because that's when I started staying home. So I don't remember. It's been a while, and I put up about 1 million videos. My cat just climbed back on that photo tent. I'm just gonna warn you in case he falls through. I'm gonna get him. So, I mean, okay.
Oh,
I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I don't know. I upload a lot of videos, but I enjoy it. This is YouTube.
Yeah, so
Being
fun.
a stay-at-home, like homeschooling mom. I don't get a lot. I don't get out a lot. So this is a way of like expressing myself and stuff.
Yeah, and you've met so many people through all the different interactions from your channel, right? So
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's so fun. I'm so glad that I did it because it's like, I mean, before, like you said, I mean, you had no idea who I was. I was so quiet in those groups. So it's like, it's nice to finally, like, I don't think I realized how quiet I was until I started doing YouTube videos and people were like, oh, who is she? Like, and I was like, wait, you don't know me? Because I feel like I knew them so well. I'm like, wait, how? But it's because I wasn't interacting very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's nice. Emily's saying, did you say you live in Austin?
Yeah, I do.
Is that where you live, Emily? Where do you live? Maybe she lives in Austin too.
Yeah.
And then, are you a Dallas Cowboys fan?
Oh, I don't really follow football.
But you would be allowed to be because you live in Texas. Everybody in Virginia, for some reason, is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and that's not our team. So it's frustrating. We get more Cowboys fans at the game.
Transfer? Did they used to be in Virginia and then they transferred? Like you saw the Oilers and they moved.
I forget what the catalyst was why everybody went on the Cowboys bandwagon. I forget exactly what happened. I mean, recently, well, for a long time, Redskins have been really bad. So that's part of it. It's just it's not a very good team. So, but they were so good when I was little that, like, as a kid, when they won the Super Bowl and everybody was freaking out about it, I was like, but the Redskins always win. Like, why is this a big deal? My dad laughed. Like, because to me, they were so good in the 80s. So,
yeah.
Not so much anymore. Okay, let's see. Another question. Do you have tips to focus and organize all the various hustles? It's what I'm working on since I do various things. Awesome. That's a great question. Yeah. So much of us do so many different things.
Yeah, I just I try to do a few, like with my eBay stuff, I try to make sure, like I'll take a day where I take a bunch of photos, you know, because then I can work on it, you know, after the kids, I get up at like 5:36 in the morning. So I'll get up and I'll work a little bit before the kids get up. And then I, you know, after the kids are down, I work some more on that kind of stuff. So I like to have all the pictures done already. And then with merch stuff and YouTube stuff, I just kind of fit it in where I can. Now that we're starting back to school, I can't really get started. Like I have to tell the kids like, okay, from 1 to 4, this is mom's work time, you know, like.
That's good.
Yeah. So it didn't go so well today, but we're going to get back into it. I need like
stay back
or something, but you know, it's just having to be intentional with my time, especially since they don't go to public school anymore. Yeah. And yeah, I go where I try super hard to make a schedule, but then it always gets blown out of the water. And so I just kind of have to focus where the highest need is in the moment and then just go there. Prioritize like what's making the most money. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, you've done an amazing job of that and been able to have success on all these platforms and build up your YouTube channel and do real thumbnails. I was thinking about that. Like my thumbnails are like, oh my gosh, for like a good 6-7 months, we had no thumbnails at all. And then eventually I was like, okay, fine, I gotta do a thumbnail. We still don't have like the intro video. One of our viewers made one. His son made us an intro video, but then it was like, I don't know. I just haven't even figured out how to like add it in to, because I don't know when you go live, like how do you even add it in? So it's like,
you have to like mute yourself and just, you know, go hide. Yeah. I finally had one just recently. The one I have on mine, and I got done on Fiverr actually. So And then I
Okay.
just put my theme music with it underneath it and all that. But that was just recently I did that. The thumbnails I have so much fun doing it. I know some people think I don't know, over the top of my thumbnails. But to me, that's like I get to be expressive and I get to play around with, I don't know. It's fun.
And they're great because it's really eye-catching and people can easily tell they're your videos, and then you get more subscribers and more views. And so it's amazing. You did a great job.
Yeah. I've made a couple videos on how to do it. So
I'll have to go back and watch.
Good luck. I have like 3,000 videos. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I definitely have to learn from you. And also just learning like what tags I should put in the videos and all of that. Like there's so much that I'm not doing.
There's some really good groups. I'm in, do you know who Brian G. Johnson is? I follow him.
Isn't he the one that was at the conference, the AMS?
Oh,
maybe there might be. Maybe it's another Brian Johnson.
Yeah, Brian G. He's got a channel and he talks about like YouTube, like improving your YouTube stuff, and then he's got a group called Tube Ritual, and so it's really motivating. And there's lots of people in there. Probably a lot of people, other YouTubers that you might know, are in there too, and just getting ideas for their tags and getting motivation as far as like thumbnails and what do you guys think of this, and anyway.
All right, bye, Flav. Thank you. He said, make sure you share all your secrets, please, and thank you. You got to watch all her videos to catch all her secrets.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the, I don't have any secrets. Because I don't know.
I know, I'm the same way. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, people have private Facebook groups and things like that. I'm like, I feel like I couldn't do that because I just share everything.
Yeah, I'm not.
As soon as it comes into my head, I'm almost like if people try to tell me things that they don't want spread everywhere, I'm like, well, just don't tell me because I'm going to not remember and just say it.
I'm gonna tell. Oh, you got this really like in the green room, like they got this really great arbitrage, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm like, really? Guess what, everybody?
I know, and it's like supposed to be a paid secret group. I'm like, oh god. I don't think I've messed up too badly yet, but it's gonna happen and somebody's gonna get mad. Like
I don't know, because I'm just like, I want everybody to be successful.
I know, and I don't want to monitor what I'm saying. Like I just want to say whatever I'm excited about.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Yeah.
So well, this has been so fun. We're almost to the hour already. So I feel like there's so many more things we can ask you, but is there anything that you particularly would want to tell everybody or talk about, like anything that that you're excited about right now or anything?
I mean, just what we said about KDP. So excited. I'm like, really?
Perfect face. I'm excited in that exact same way. Like, painfully
But
excited.
I do just have to keep telling myself, like, okay, but it's good, especially as, being on YouTube and helping people. It's great to feel those feelings again because there's so many people that come along and they're just starting with merch. And it's so easy once you've been doing it forever that you're like, you forget how hard and frustrating things can be.
That's what I tried to tell everybody. I'm like, for everyone that's like tier 25 and they're like, how can you be at 8K or 10K or 20K or whatever? It's like, okay, well, that's how I am right now with KDP. Like, how can you get a book up, much less 100 books up?
Yeah, no sales. I have no sales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, oh my gosh.
I mean, like you said, that's the, as much as it hurts, the growing pains from it, it's good to feel that way.
It is.
To help other people.
And it's good practice to just keep learning. Like you don't want to get to a part where you're not really learning new things anymore. Like you always want to be learning.
Yeah.
So.
I'm trying to explain that to my kids. So yeah.
We have to do what we preach. So frustrating.
For like 3 days. I'm like, I'm going to get this book. It's going to get up. So.
Oh man. Mario's saying hi. Hi, Mario. Mario is also in the green room and I met him at the Christmas green room party in New Jersey, whenever that was, a long time, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something.
Yeah.
Wow. That was
Oh,
fun.
I saw that reseller spotlight. That's the one with the chick had the like VW van and she like showered or something. She had a great thumbnail.
Oh, I have to watch it. I haven't seen that one. So yeah, Brian, I guess she's saying Brian G. Johnson. So I think the one I'm thinking of is Brian R. Johnson. There's a different Brian Johnson.
Okay.
Brian G. Yeah, he's a good one to follow. And he's real personable, like, you know, and especially in his group, like you can ask questions.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. We did have one question from Susan who wanted to know Margaret, what is your most profitable online business right now?
Oh, it depends on the month, I guess. This month eBay's been doing really, really well. I thought I had my merch open, but
thanks, Mario.
yeah,
Christmas every Monday night.
yeah. Excuse me. So this month it's been eBay, but then when we get to Q4, it'll probably be merch, and Etsy tends to do better for me during Q4 than eBay does. So that's it for me right now. Yeah.
And YouTube, it's great to have all those different streams. Yeah. And then YouTube probably produces income also, right? So that's good too.
I wish it was more, but for the hours I put in, but I love it, you know, but I wish it was more. I'm not gonna lie. But I enjoy it. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. All right, what else? You're welcome and thank you all. Aw. It's so fun. I love how it's the same people that come week after week. Like I feel like I know all of the loyal viewers. So thank you, Mario. I know you watch all the time. So, all right. Well, I don't know if there's anything else. I'm just excited to see what you do with KDP, and we got to touch base again in a few weeks and see like if we got over the barrier. Like, what if we really like it? It's gonna be interesting. I'm glad we did this video. So.
I've ordered a couple things. Like I got a couple of things that got up. I've ordered a couple, so I'm waiting for them to come in because I'm going to do a video because I want to share like what I've been doing, and I want to share how Catherine's helped me and how Joe's helped me, but I don't want to do it till I see what I've got and that it doesn't look like garbage.
So amazing. Like, and I know she's been talking about KDP for years. Like, and well, I guess she was mostly talking about CreateSpace, but
yeah,
he's been
a big help to me too, because I don't feel comfortable like messaging her going, "What the F is blah 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 blah," you know. But I do that to Joe. But I don't know her well enough to be like, "Ah," just like, no, just calm down.
She's so helpful, and it's like I don't know why I didn't jump on it back when I was watching her videos. Just, I mean, she was talking about coloring books 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'm like, man, should have just done it back then.
Yeah. So it's a good idea. My kids.
Now we did get another question real quick. It says, what tool do you use to integrate your Etsy shop to your Facebook page?
I don't know. I just have a thing where it clicks on it.
I think Etsy has it, right? Like you don't have to have a tool. It just,
when I signed up for I'm going to go look at it right now because it's been so long ago. When I created my business page on Facebook, I can't see it. I can only see it on my end. I need to view it as a viewer. But I think there's like a button that's like shop. Oh, here it is. Yeah, shop. And it takes show your product. Okay, I've already set this up. Okay, never mind. Exit.
Exit. I don't want to break it.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a button where it was just like visit shop, and it would pull it up, and yeah.
Oh, I miss Margaret Patreon for my designs and keywords. I don't remember that. What was that?
I have a Patreon, and I'm woefully behind. I owe my patrons like 3 months because on my Patreon I would share my top selling design for each month and just talk about like how I designed it and why I chose my keywords and this and that. So I need to catch up with my patrons. But then before I was also doing for a different level. You could send me your design and I would write the title and keywords for you.
Oh, nice.
Turn that off. And then even before that, when my kids were not homeschooled, then for a certain level, I would do a design and the write-up and everything. So you would get one a month. And I just couldn't keep up with it all.
Yeah, it's a lot.
My Patreon is still going on. I think I'm 3 months behind, so I need to send my last 3. I'm so sorry. I hate that. I hate feeling that way, and I hate that I dropped the ball. But I owe my patrons like 3 months of my top selling designs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they will be happy to get that.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking the time today. I know you've got so much going on, and it's just such an honor to have you on the show. And I just want you to know how thankful I am for all of your early videos, and you definitely led the way to me doing the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that, yeah, definitely.
All right. Oh, and Teresa is saying, I can't wait to see more merch KDP videos from you, Margaret. Great show tonight, ladies. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up. But thank you so much for being on the show. And thank you, Christina. And thank you, everybody watching. And we'll see you next week. Okay,
All right.
bye, everybody.